Hello and welcome to Chesapeake Weekly. Chesapeake Mayor Rick West held another edition of the Mayor's Emergency Response Roundtable. He spoke with Chesapeake Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Jared Cotton and Greenbrier Intermediate Principal Keith Hyder about the start of the 2021-2022 school year and about how the district continues to respond to the challenges of COVID-19.
We do have lots of challenges that we're dealing with. We're very excited to have the students back. This year is even more exciting. Every year is exciting to start off a new school year, but this is even more exciting because so many of our students we haven't seen face to face in so long. And several teachers have told me as I've visited classrooms that they're just so happy the kids are here. They're very excited that the students are back, and this is what they signed up for, to serve our students, and this is their why. This is why they come to work each and every day. So they've been very excited about that. They are following the safety protocols moving forward. They feel confident that we have lots of strategies in place to keep students and staff safe. Mr. Hyder, do you want to talk a little bit about how things are going on your end?
Yes, Dr. Cotton, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Definitely remembering our why. The kids that are placed in our charge, words can't express how excited we are that the students and the staff are there. It shows in their actions, their expressions, and all that's occurring in the building. As Dr. Cotton stated, there are challenges, but the excitement of having our students there outweigh many of the challenges. We're working through those daily. At this time, transportation is our greatest challenge, as it is for our division and every division. But each day, as Dr. Cotton stated, it's getting a little better. The first day, I think I got home at 6:45. But yesterday, I got home at 5:30. So each day there are improvements. Our bus drivers are more than willing to work with us. We're creating ways to be able to safely get more students on the bus than from the first day when we first started. Our parents are dropping their kids off, and we are very thankful for their efforts and collaboration to work with us along those lines. And even the traffic congestion from the parents, that's getting better, because once we get our systems in place for parents checking out the kids, it's moving faster. So daily things are getting better, but the excitement in the building, if you were to walk through Greenbrier Intermediate, the kids are excited to be there. They're actually now getting engaged in high quality learning experiences. The teachers are excited, and we're working through those challenges together.
You can watch that episode in its entirety on youtube.com/Chesapeake Television. And for all things Chesapeake Public Schools, visit them at cpschools.com or at CP Schools VA on Facebook. Well, early voting for the November 2nd general election has already begun. You can cast your ballot ahead of time at any one of 6 satellite locations, plus the voter registrar's office at select times. Find all of that information at cityofchesapeake.net/vote. And one of the positions up for grabs is the Commonwealth Attorney. So to help you learn more about the candidates running for that position, the Chesapeake Bar Association is hosting a forum on September 23rd from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Conference Center.
We thought this was a good opportunity for the Bar Association to host something for our community, because with COVID, we haven't had an opportunity to do anything really for our community. We were looking at a couple projects as far as getting into our schools and helping students learn about the legal process, but with the different regulations, that was not feasible. So we thought this was a great opportunity for the Bar Association to help inform the community of this important election. And it relates directly to the Chesapeake Bar Association because we're all attorneys, and this race is important to us. Specifically this year, there's a big issue with criminal justice reform, and we've heard about that on the news a lot. So the candidates will give us their positions on different things like criminal justice reform and how that is going to relate to the city here in Chesapeake and how that could affect the citizens of Chesapeake. And they're going to discuss their opinions and their platforms as far as the office, whether or not they want to change certain things that are being done in the office. So they'll have an opportunity, the candidates will, to discuss their plans if they were elected Commonwealth Attorney. And the public also has an opportunity to ask questions. So someone may have a question, generally speaking, about, well, what is your background? What is your experience? Those questions can all be submitted to us, and we'll accept them up into the day of the forum, and we'll consider them from the public. So it's going to be a very informal type of forum. Our moderator, Joel Rubin, will have a variety of questions that he'll ask of each candidate. Each will be given an opportunity to respond And then there will be some time for rebuttal as well if Mr. Rubin thinks it's appropriate given the issue. But it should be very informative on the big kind of hot topic issues we have right now across the nation, and then also locally how that's going to affect us here in Chesapeake.
Now, if you can't make it to the forum, you'll be able to catch it right here on Chesapeake Television. It's Cox Channel 48, Verizon Channel 43, and online at cityofchesapeake.net/TV. Well, we continue with National Preparedness Month with tips to help you get ready for any emergency that might come our way. One of the most important things in any emergency is communication. Can we reach you in the event of an emergency? We really hope that you're signed up for Chesapeake Alert. Chesapeake Alert is how the city gets in touch with you if and when emergencies are headed our way, from tornado and hurricane warnings to calls for evacuation. Now, one of our quickest and most direct methods of communication is through your phone, and that's just what we can do with Chesapeake Alert. You can control what kind of messages we send to you, when and how, and you can also choose to opt into additional alerts such as travel advisories or parks and rec activities, or choose to just sign up for only emergency purposes. To learn more about this important service and to sign up yourself, visit cityofchesapeake.net/Chesapeake Alert. So generators are an important piece of hurricane preparedness for many households and also for the city. Several city buildings were recently outfitted with new generators in an ongoing mission to build the city's resilience to emergencies. Here's Emergency Management's Bobby Jellermine with more.
What we've done through this program, this generator project, is we've outfitted, or we're in the process of outfitting all the community centers and the conference center with generators that will make those facilities fully operational if we were to lose power in the city. The importance of this is that if we had a no-notice kind of emergency, such as like a tornado, you had a hazmat incident, or something that's planned, such as a hurricane or tropical storm that came through, now we have extra facilities that we could open as any type of immediate or emergency shelter. A shelter is a last resort. When we talk about preparedness, one of the things that you should always be prepared on is where you're going to go if there is a direct hit with a storm. So we don't want citizens to rely on using a shelter. We want them to rely on their preparedness and their plans that they have in place to get out of the area. If it's a last-ditch effort and we have to open a shelter or you have to go to a shelter, we'll advertise those to the city through the city's website, through news media outlets, and then we'll put out what facilities are open. But we always encourage individuals to really have a strong plan in place to move out of the area if possible.
Now, a quick safety reminder for anyone who has a generator for their own home. There are serious safety considerations. Keep generators outside and away from windows and doors to prevent carbon monoxide from entering your home. Never leave a generator in a garage, even if the door is open. Generators might also allow flammable vapors into the home. Gasoline vapors can travel, and if they reach an ignition source, they will ignite. So if you have a generator, please educate yourself on best practices and use it carefully.
Radioman First Class, William L. Dolph, United States Navy, 1945.
Ladozer Memorial VFW Post 2894 held their annual POW MIA Remembrance Ceremony last week. Due to bad weather, they had to move it into the City Hall lobby, but they were still able to use the time to honor prisoners of war and those missing in action from Norfolk County, South Norfolk, and Chesapeake.
Well, reading the names, just like the 13 that were recently killed in Afghanistan, we read their names. We don't just call them 13 servicemen and women. We read their names to honor them.
Private Junius Moore, United States Army Air Corps, 1940.
The missing were sailors and soldiers and airmen. They sailed in the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Caribbean, Mediterranean, the Gulf of Aden. They flew in the air over Europe, Asia, Pacific Islands. They served on the ground during war between the States and the Philippines, Korea, and Europe. 11 died as prisoners in Union POW camps. 28 were aboard ships and lost at sea. Several as a result of kamikaze attacks, and 15 were killed in airplane crashes. They were privates and Navy captains, corporals, chief petty officers. Some were married, most were not. They were sons, fathers, brothers, uncles, and husbands. In short, They were us.
And if you'd like to learn more about those honored during this day of remembrance, you can visit pow-miafamilies.org. The Substance Abuse Prevention and Awareness Coalition is hosting an important conference that aims to educate and train the community on how to spot substance abuse and mental health issues and what to do once it's been identified. There will be 3 breakout sessions with topics including coping skills to avoid self-medication, over-the-counter misuse for teens and parents, and mental health stressors that may lead to substance abuse. The luncheon speaker will also be addressing concerns related to new marijuana laws. This free event is on Saturday, October 2nd from 9 to 2 at the Chesapeake Conference Center. It will include a plated lunch, door prizes, and vendor tables. Now, due to the subject matter, it's not recommended for children under 12. You do have to pre-register, but again, it is free. Register by the morning of September 27th at PreventionStartsWithYou2021.eventbrite.com. And before we go, we can't forget about an important observance happening this week. It's Constitution Week. Constitution Week is September 17th to the 23rd, and the annual tradition was started back in the 1950s by the Daughters of the American Revolution. To commemorate the week, we're closing the show with this special video featuring a few members of the Chesapeake chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution, the Youth Virginia Regiment, and special guest Nathan Richardson as Frederick Douglass to give us a reading of the preamble to the United States Constitution. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next week.
We the people.
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 We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense,
promote the general welfare,
and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. To ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States